Here we go. Go to base.
Watch the backer, watch the backer.
Check. Fresno.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
56.
From the 27, Brissett. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Watch the pass. Where'd he go?
Right, check. 59.
Let's go.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Play fake, Brissett. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
They can't hang with us. Check. Kill.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And he finds Stills, complete. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Yeah.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And for a 2nd straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Back-to-back running plays, putting him in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15? Brissett. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one.
Ready. Ready. Great. Get that ball. 24 is the lead.
Now Newton on first down. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. We got four.
To throw is Newton. That's complete. It's Bell. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
20.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Three and a half to go, first quarter.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Express. 8. That's it. 54 is much.
Second and 10, Newton again. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, but he's got it.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Ready. 180. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Go.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Star Latulele in on the tackle.
Well, that call makes sense, because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Man left. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
On second down, it's Bell. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Set. Ready.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On second down, it's Bell. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Check out Henry. Jim.
Trying the power game with Ham. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Dialed up the fullback dive that time. We'll see what they go to on 3rd down from the 1.
Yeah, they may have dialed it up, but it was repelled, wasn't it? Do you wag a finger back at the offense like a certain iconic NBA guy did back in the day, or do you...
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Malik Jackson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
I'm coming after you. Where's 52? Watch 52. Hut. We own it. We own it.
Now Brissett. And Stills over the middle. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Kill.
To throw, Brissett. And that will be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
On first down, Newton. The left side completion to Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Check, check. Watch the before. Watch the before.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Gun.
Twist.
Big ass.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Gun. Eight.
From just shy of midfield, Newton is going to float this one. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38.
First down.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Bell. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll try to sweep with Bell. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Ready.
54 miles.
Here we go.
He can run for it, and he will. Pretty sizable gain of 8 that time on the keeper, but now it's 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
At the 31-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Johnson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Brissett. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Slam, slam.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
4 down, 4 down.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brissett. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Reed, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Vikings 7. Mason Crosby set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen.
Throwing again. Newton. Caught here by Bell. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Bring it. Ready? 24 is the mic.
Yeah.
Great. 24. Ready?
To the air again, Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Tight to the right, boy. Tight to the right. 20.
Hey, 4 down. Check 4.
Newton throwing again. Looking downfield for Jones. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Mike, check. 59.
Here we go.
Mike's 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Hey, defense.
Brissett sets to throw it. He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
You better bring it. You better go try it. Let you know right now. You better bring it.
A first down throw for Brissett. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
It's 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. 56.
You go tall. You got tight right there. Mike 56. Mike 56.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. And Jones has it over the middle. Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Detroit. Julio Jones, 78 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
He went all the way into the end zone. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Here's Brissett. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the ground, this is Johnson. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
On third down, Brissett. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. David Johnson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point try now for Crosby. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Next the score, Lions 17, Vikings 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Check 52. Great. 20. Right there.
Out of the gun, Newton. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
A 9-yard gain on the play.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. They'll try and run for it with Bell, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Gun.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the gun, here's Newton. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Newton now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And some room to maneuver. Le'Veon Bell Kiss him goodbye. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point try now for Dawson. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Lions 24, Vikings 14. Joe Dawson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Big stop, let's go.
From the 27, Brissett. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught at the 20. A big play there for Minnesota. 56 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you.
Now Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Vikings 14.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
They'll go again with Bell. Up past the 25 to the 26. A gain of 5. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Check, 180. Check, 53, Mike. You're trapped, you're trapped.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go. It's 3. 22. All day. I'm coming after you. Go, go.
Brissett. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Now it's Ginn. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
Ready? No, it ain't. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the run. Watch the run. Ready?
And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Bell. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Check 24, check 24.
On 2nd and 7, Newton, and complete right side to Cook. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
They'll run on 1st down. Bell. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Look at it. 54. Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Dawson's kick is up and through, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Play action now. Brissett. It's caught left side by John Brown. That one good for 26 and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agree. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run it with Johnson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Keep playing
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
27, Vikings 21. Mason Crosby set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Newton's going to throw it over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver. 3rd down here.
But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Newton. Open man is Michael Thomas. He's at the 30. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for Detroit. 58 yards.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
You got nothing.
This is Bell. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. It's the former Lion and Ndamukong Suh on the tackle. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Detroit, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.